The United States has long been priding itself as a city upon a hill. Over the past decades, it has attempted to tout its own democratic system and values elsewhere in the world. However, what are the legacies left by America? In recent decades, the U.S., with all its economic and military might, has been trying to export its ideology-based values like so-called democracy by cultural infiltration. In Cuba, local media reported that over the last 2 decades, agencies like the USAID and the NED have allotted nearly $250 million to a series of subversive programs targeting Cuba. And in Africa, with U.S. financial aid, often comes preaching about U.S.-style democracy. However, this often pushed African countries into the trap of endless political succession crisis and development deficit.
I believe that the financial aid provided by the developed countries, like in case of Africa, should not have any strings attached to it. Because the developing countries remain stuck in the vicious cycle of fulfilling those conditions that come with that financial aid.
By promoting American-style democracy abroad, the U.S. stirred up fresh geopolitical confrontations. The U.S. intervened in Afghanistan for 20 years, leaving over 30,000 civilian casualties.
مګر همدلته د دیموکراسۍ په نوم باندې او مذهب ته زموږ نقصان ورسوي زمونږ.
You don't export democracy, you don't export freedom. It has to be empowered by the people. It was not just a military defeat. It was also a defeat of the Western values.
In 2003, despite global opposition, the U.S. invaded Iraq with allegations that the country possessed weapons of mass destruction, although there was no concrete evidence.
ناخذ مثلا هم دعوا العراق بحجة الديمقراطية، هل الديمقراطية في العراق موجودة؟ كلا، لا توجد ديمقراطية. أمريكا دخلت العراق ومن خلال تدخل العراق ضربت الهوية الوطنية الواحدة وفككت العراق إلى قوميات وإلى مذاهب وإلى أديان.
الديمقراطية الأمريكية كذبة علينا، هجموا أنبياء هجمتنا هجم، لعبت بالعراق جولة، العراق كان سابقا أحسن من هسه.
الشعار الذي رفع في 2001 في أفغانستان وفي 2003 في العراق كان شعار بناء الديمقراطيات في الشرق الأوسط، وهذا الشعار ثبت فشله بامتياز.
According to the U.S. author William Blum, since the end of World War II, the U.S. has endeavored to overthrow more than 50 foreign governments, most of which were democratically elected, grossly interfered in democratic elections in at least 30 countries, and attempted to assassinate more than 50 foreign leaders.
تدخل تحت شعار وتحت ذرائع وقيم يعني عليا كالديمقراطية والحرية وبناء المجتمعات وإعادة بناء المؤسسات، كل ذلك بالواقع وبالتجربة أثبت فشل.
Every country has its own system, and US tries to impose their conditions on that country. I personally believe that it won't work in the future as well, and it didn't work in the past.
Democracy is never meant to test the same like Coca-Cola world offer. So, the US is trying to do the impossible, to make everyone live and believe and think their style, which is not possible. So, equally as we don't believe in the US democracy.